19 hours ago. 400,000 views. They tried to kill me. I'm still here. What the f is going on?
1st of May, I was attacked in Paris at a protest.
Oh, it happened in Paris. Okay. Who lives in Paris?
I've ended up with a fractured orbital bone, nose, I can hardly open my left eye, and I can't remember much due to concussion.
Jesus, I will say, man, Paris is an absolute shithole. There's actually a new thing called like Paris syndrome, where like all these like white women dream about going to Paris, how amazing it is, and then you go there and it's just like a bunch of Indian scammers trying to take your fucking money. It's horrible. Crime rate through the fucking roof. Garbage set on fire everywhere.
Also took my camera and my mic, so I'm filming this on my phone. I didn't really want to have to make this kind of video, but I feel like I have to,
Jesus,
just to set the story straight.
Of course.
And just to avoid any future speculation.
Jesus.
So I went to the Paris May Day protest last year. This year wasn't going to be any different, and having been to it before, I kind of knew what to expect. It's basically just a Workers' Day protest where a lot of left-leaning people come out. You do get some different groups that come along with it.
Just remember, if you argue with the left, they will try to kill you. And that's their whole tactic. Yep. They know they can't stand their ground on their points, so their reaction to being proven wrong is to assassinate you. Isn't that fun? But they're the good guys, right?
Such as Antifa, anarchists, and they all just march together as one.
Okay, Antifa, let's not call them anarchists. Let's call them what they are. They're terrorists, and we all know it.
I don't remember much of what happened that day, but I'm going to piece it back together based on videos and pictures I've been sent by other people that were there. But from what I do remember is that I had lunch around 1 at...
What is Antifa? Well, let me tell you, random chatter. Antifa stands for anti-fascist, which is a group that means they're against fascist. And fascist is a word that's synonymously used with Nazis. Now, the problem is that sounds pretty good. A group that's anti-fascist or a group that is anti-Nazi. That sounds great. The problem is they're not going after fascists. They're not going after Nazis. They're labeling anybody who disagrees with them as a Nazi or a fascist, and then they will assault you and they'll beat the fuck out of you just because you disagree with them. And that's the problem. They call them, Antifa might as well be the anti-bad guy, and anybody they don't like is the bad guy. And so it's ridiculous.
A restaurant that was pretty much in the center.
Antifa are the real fascist.
To where the protest was taking place.
And also, they are a registered terrorist faction in America. Let's let them talk.
And it was really calm. And I met up with some of the UK guys that were over there, as well as a French journalist who I knew locally, who was also going to help me out on the day. The most I remember is I ordered like a cheeseburger, and that was pretty good. And then after that, we walked off to, well, me and the French guy walked off to go interview some people. At that point, it's very similar to last year, calm atmosphere, almost like a festival. Then after that, my mind has gone completely blank. So I've gone off videos that have been sent. So you'll see in the videos, later on it gets more tense. The police and the protesters are a lot closer. They're getting a bit more confrontational. But you can see from the videos, I'm just at the front, on the fringes, as I usually am, just kind of minding my own business, talking to the camera. Probably did a couple of interviews as well. But in general, I'm pretty safe. There were obviously some heated moments with the police. I know there's one clip where one of the protesters literally passes out and gets taken out by the police. But overall, it didn't seem like the police in general were overly violent to the protesters. Even some of the worst clips I found, it doesn't look like the police would have done anything to hit protesters. Nor would I get myself in that position to have a fight with the police. It's not really my intention at all. I'm always there just to film, ask questions. I don't try to create the story. I let it happen around me and just document it. I don't try to manipulate it or cause any trouble in any way just for the video. That's never my intentions. It's just to show you guys what's happening on the grounds.
Sure.
So the most crucial part of the protest is where it ends. It's basically a roundabout called Place de la Nation, however you say it in French. But it's basically just this roundabout where the police will eventually kettle most of the protesters. A lot of them will just hang around. But you can see from the videos that I've gotten that I'm pretty safe. Similar to the previous videos where I know what I'm doing and I look completely fine.
How are you feeling, Mr. Winters?
Fucking crazy, guys. We're in the cyclone.
When was the last time a protest did anything? I'm trying to remember. The only protest that I see, the one thing they do now is just like inconvenience the city and inconvenience the police. When was the last time a protest actually caused like legitimate change? Like, am I crazy? Or like, has that not happened in recent memory or for a very long time?
It's a win. It's a
The
win.
1960s? Oh, okay, makes sense.
Tailwind of like running around everywhere, isn't it?
The police
I just don't get the point of them.
do eventually come in and start to throw tear gas, is what I saw.
Because now peaceful protests have escalated into legitimate terrorism and destroying towns over dumb fucks like George Floyd. It just makes no sense.
From other videos, and this is where I do begin to put on my gas mask, and I have my goggles as well, which probably would have come in handy if I still had them on, if I got struck at all, but it must have calmed down later on that I felt the need to take them off. But as you can tell, I'm not going in there completely, without any care in the world. I do take precaution when needed, and you see it from this clip.
Yeah, I'm loose. Yeah, good. You can't talk with this fucking mask on, innit? I had it on. Fucking pain.
Yeah, I'll just bring the microphone a bit closer to my mouth. It seems to be okay. Big up Wes. Wes has gone goggles. Mate, I've just had to put my glasses on, didn't I?
So as the police come in, they start to disperse people. It's important to note at this point, I get a text from the French friend who I was with at the beginning of the video. He texted me saying that Antifa had gone up to him and asked him personally, is that Wesley, the YouTube guy? I'm not too sure what his response was, but at this point, my phone's in my bag, so I don't even see the text message or couldn't even like open it. I'm too busy filming. But as the police are coming in and pushing people more to the center of the roundabout, I believe this is where I get attacked, and this is the last time I'm filmed on camera. So they obviously got me whilst I was alone, and it seems like a calculated and planned attack. So straight after the attack, the first images I've gotten are from a journalist who sent me pictures of basically I'm covered in blood with bandages around my eye. Obviously been struck or hit by something. So the medics have taken.
So it wasn't the police trying to escort people out of this area they weren't supposed to be at. It was the peaceful, friendly Antifa who coordinated an attack and broke this guy's orbital bone for simply neutrally covering the situation. That's crazy. If you want to know why they're labeled a terrorist organization, well, hopefully now you understand.
Care of me, but then I go over to UK Solution as a live stream, and I've met some of the UK journalists who I recognise. At this point, I don't even know what I was saying. I was pretty delirious, but you can tell that I was in some sort of state of shock at this point.
What the? I'll keep it over here. What the fuck just happened?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna.
Is it bad?
Oh, you look pretty bad, mate.
Face. Is that swollen?
No. Your face is not swollen, but you are obviously covered in claret.
I know. See, I think where my camera is as well.
Did you get whacked?
Yeah, I don't know how.
Oh, Bill.
No, I don't know. I think.
Well, if that doesn't tell you everything about the political climate of the world today, I don't know what will. The organizations that pose themselves as the good guys, the champions of the left, are the most violent. You're not allowed to cover anything unless you're mindlessly re-uttering their rhetoric. And if you cover anything neutrally and fairly, they will kill you or beat the fuck out of you. It's disgusting. It is. It's absolutely disgusting. And I'm glad people like this are able to cover this and let people know what's actually going on the ground, which is police were operating very fairly, very civilly, and the people claiming they were the good guys assaulted an innocent man. Fucking disgusting.